Hey guys, Lee and Michelle, Resistance Chicks. It is April 6, 2017. It is a Thursday. We've been meaning to do a mail call for you guys because we actually have packages that are piling up. We have a big one.
I have no idea.
We should actually just start with the big one because I think it came first. I'm not even sure how I can get this.
I don't really have words for this. Not expecting anything like this.
I don't even know where to.
Not sure how to receive something like this.
Yeah, it's heavy. Okay, so somebody. I don't even know how to do this. No, it's gonna mess
up there. You have to do it there.
All right, you know I'm here. You can look at Leah; she's beautiful. Well, I get this. I was really surprised when I went to the
it's from
mailbox.
She comes out with this big box, and I'm like, what in the world?
And we obviously haven't opened it up yet. It says it's from Everything Kitchen.
It's fragile on it.
Yeah, I'm afraid. Okay. I don't want to break it. It says fragile. Bear with us, people. I'm so afraid.
Put it up
okay, I'm going to put it up here. But it's upside down. It feels like it should go the other way. Okay, people. I'm gonna need another knife. Cut here. I'm gonna just peel it. Alright.
It's like a mummy.
Mystery.
It's like a mummy.
This is such a mystery. Maybe it can slide out.
Rolling.
No, I think we can slide it out.
You should keep rolling.
No. It can slide.
Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable.
Hang on. But is there an explanation? I mean, it looks like it was shipped direct. Oh my.
They really know how to package this set.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going through the first couple layers so we can get it.
It's like taking off a cast.
It's a nesting bowl set.
You didn't see that?
I did, but I'm just... The original Mason Cash, established England 1800 in the forest, mixing bowl. Okay, so whoever this is...
They're so pretty.
There needs to be like an explanation coming. I need an explanation.
Who sent these?
This is quite the gift.
Who sent these?
Who are you? We want to know who you are so we can give you all the credit.
Microwave and dishwasher.
These are absolutely beautiful.
Oh my goodness, look, they're little owls.
Oh no, there's different things on every bowl. There's rabbits on this bowl.
They're so pretty.
There's little foxes on that bowl.
Oh my gosh.
And like trees and stuff. I don't know who that is, but I don't know them, so it can be declined. Oh my gosh.
I don't know what to say.
Thank you so much. Who are you?
So when Michelle said it'd be a fun idea.
Okay, yeah. This is absolutely...
For you guys to send cards.
This is not a competition for who can send the best.
I'm a little bit overwhelmed at this point. Look at the little rabbits.
Oh my gosh. This is going to get so much use in our house. You have no idea. It says it was established in England, so I'm half wondering if it's one of our UK viewers or, I don't know.
Well, I don't know what to say at this point. You guys.
Someone stand up, man or woman or whoever you are. We need to stand up and be counted. These are absolutely beautiful, and you know what? Here's the issue that I have with these bowls.
I break them.
Leah's not allowed to use them or to touch them. She's not even going to be allowed to look at them because she has in the past. Okay, careful. Oh my gosh, this is just incredible. Thank you so much.
We had some really
nice bowls
from Edna, our Australian friend, and when she passed away, and I broke them all.
But it's okay. Maybe you're better now.
I don't even know how they all broke one at a time.
More careful. Thank you, whoever this is. These are absolutely
beautiful. I'm gonna have to put them on
beautiful.
a shelf and
No,
just look at them.
no, because they deserve to be used, and I think whoever sent them would say the same thing.
Over. Thank you.
Thank you, and I stand up, whoever you are, and claim that you sent this. This is absolutely beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I just wish there had been like a note.
I feel like we don't deserve this.
We don't deserve this. We do not deserve this.
This is a bit much. But don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
My mom has always told me that you should, yes, be very gracious when receiving a gift.
So thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Even though I feel like you went over and beyond, I appreciate it, and we will receive it, and we will think of you.
Yes, whoever you are that has sent
Look
it.
at I love the order.
It's so pretty. So we got a letter from Miss Elena. She had sent Leah a birthday card, and she also sent an extra card to myself, Kansas, and the Patriot Mom. So I responded, and then she sent a letter back. Really pretty. She actually drew on it. But she had a question in here in her
And
letter.
we had asked you guys if you really want us to answer any questions on
Send
air,
them to us in an email or a letter. And she says, how do you and Leah look through so much current event news worldwide and maintain emotional calm? That is such a very valid question, because sometimes I do get worked up because you get so angry and it seems so beyond your level of control. And it's very frustrating to be like, I can't control that. I can't do anything about it, because as human beings, when we hear something so atrocious that is happening, we look at the rapes and we look at, so much. The injustices that are happening worldwide, and we literally have no control. How do you guys maintain such emotional calm? And the very simple answer is through Jesus Christ, because without him, I know that I would not be able to do it. But I want to take it a step further than that. Through my faith with Jesus Christ, I know that God is doing stuff in this world, and it's changing. And I just messaged another viewer today, and I was like, we're living in such a weird time, a crazy time, but it's such an important time that I really, in all honesty, believe that we are a part of a generation that is actually going to be able to look back and see when things were so crazy and weird, and the generations beyond us are going to ask, like, how did you live with that kind of, the globalist push to take over the world? And they're going to ask us questions. How did it get that bad?
So,
because I think it's going to change.
Many of you have probably felt like we've been feeling for the past 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Maybe a few years longer than that, maybe 10 or 15 years, that something is off. Something is happening, something is changing, and we meet people every day on the streets, our neighbors, and this is what I hear. I can't put my finger on it. Everyone says it, but I'm feeling something is going to change. Like, I'm feeling like a volcano, right? Yeah. And a lot of our friends have been learning how to stock up on things. Mm-hmm. A lot of our friends have just got into farming, canning, trying to do things on your own. AKA, did you want to add anything to that?
Prepping. Yeah, lots of people refer to it as prepping, but we don't consider it that, and here's why. Yes, we're preparing for the worst, but that's not why we're doing it.
Right.
We're doing it because we honestly believe that this is the best, most rewarding way that we can live, the way that God wants us to live, where we can be the healthiest, mentally, physically, emotionally, and just to be happy and joyful. And so how do we get through it? Another aspect I would say to that is through our little urban homestead. When we get to go out and cuddle the pigs, or when baby chicks hatch, or just taking care of something else.
Whenever you make something that you couldn't make before, or do something on your own that you couldn't do before.
The first time we made our own laundry detergent, or the first time we made our own soap,
or cheese.
Keep going.
Or anything that you can do that you can begin to realize that you can make it off of the system. And again, we talked about Russia yesterday, and we talked about the sanctions that were put onto Russia.
Right.
And how that caused them to go internal, right? And some of you have commented back that the UK encourages farmers and encourages small farmers markets. I encourage people to make and sell their own things.
This is our homemade soap.
Another.
We've mentioned it before, but we've never brought it to you. It's got oatmeal and lavender and lard and all kinds of essential oils and beeswax.
And actually, what I've been wanting to do is get some sort of unfortunately, we can't afford postage-wise to send everyone.
I would love to mail you all a bar of our soap.
Of soap, but I would like to mail some of you some. So I want to do some sort of drawing or something to be able to send.
No, I'll be perfectly honest. If anybody wants a bar of soap, send us your address. We'll mail it. Just send me your address. We will mail you some Resistance Chick soap. We have enough soap to do that. We have a lot of soap. We will mail you a bar of Resistance Chick soap. So
I keep smelling it because
it does. It smells really good. And we also have. Do we have a soap making video? Because if we don't, we need to do one. We don't have one. There are several on the internet besides ours. They're all very simple.
So anyways, anytime you start to really get off the system and you realize, wait a minute, you mean I don't have to go to the grocery store?
I'm not
for
reliant on someone else for this item.
So anyways, that's another way that gives us peace and gives us hope when we realize that there's something we can, and we have a little network where we can talk to each other. It was just us, and then the Lord just would bring people into our lives who were like-minded. And we pray, and I tell you what, my Patriot Mama, she's always in prayer, and she's always coming out with something that's encouraging, a great thought, or something along those lines. Come here, Mr. Kansas. Come here and help us answer this question in your nice camo and green.
Elena was asking, when we look at all these current events, here, go ahead and come on in this closer. I want to make sure Matt's in it. How do we get through it?
How do you
without
deal with
being super
hearing
depressed?
all this crazy, fearful things on the internet and on, in the world that's going on today?
Well, I think it just comes down to relationship with God and just discernment and just realizing that He's the supreme peace and comfort that we need, and that He's our ultimate reward in this life. And
well, you say discernment. Some people might not know what that means. What do you mean when you say discernment?
It's really important.
Well, just to be able to identify the signs of the times and what's going on from a biblical standpoint, and yeah, that's kind of.
So, what do you think is going on from a biblical standpoint when you look at things?
Well, to be honest, I'm just I'm in the prayer phase, and I'm just deep and digging into the Word and just waiting for God to make His move, because I know He's moving.
Because it is really important to know what's going on, but
it's just He hasn't quite manifested everything yet.
So I think that what you're saying is that we're all kind of waiting and we're kind of watching. That I don't think that anybody has a special revelation of what's going on.
Right.
But we all kind of feel that something is changing. We don't exactly know what that change is going to look like. We know for sure that the dollar is going to crash at some point, because that is inevitable. I mean, and the stock market, people, it's rising with Donald Trump, but it's all fake money. So it's it's almost a game, right? And so what you're saying is like kind of what we're saying is that we're just waiting and trusting in the Lord, because we don't know exactly what to put our fingers on. So being in prayer and just seeking the Lord every single day, I think that that's what we do, is I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. It's always something new, especially now, but it's a fantastically exciting time to be alive, because aren't you feeling things pick up?
Yeah, and just when you look at the Bible and you see how, God, it's a image, a type and shadow of Jesus Christ in the Old Testament, of, God using Moses to save the Israelites and everything. It's like God can harden the heart of Pharaoh, and He can soften the hearts of the Israelites to, open up to Him and to be, receive their salvation from their current situation to a new, better, bigger and better place. And
yeah, I
just
think
realizing that God's completely in control.
Right.
Awesome.
Very good. All right. Well, thank you, Kansas, for that little bit, so
You're
we can
welcome.
move on to the next.
You can stay if you want.
Okay.
Taking Sid over to.
Marlene Taz's?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That's nice of you.
Very kind man. You're such a lovely young fella.
Do you know how to feed them?
He knows how to feed them. It's cool. Real deal. You guys are here in our house. This is absolutely real deal. So, Elena, thank you so much for that question, because it is so important for our viewers to know. And I think I don't know Elena that well, but I know her enough to. It was an honest question, but I think she also had us ask it so that she knew what our answer was going to be, I think. And she wanted us to get it out there. And so I really appreciate that.
Things
you
are
know.
changing, and I'm really excited. And as soon as Donald Trump was elected and he entered the White House, I feel like God's just spirit rushed in, and we're in the midst of a battle, and the swamp creatures are crying while they're dying.
Yes, they are.
But we are on the winning side.
And things are changing, and I'm just so excited about that. And it's that hope. Even before I felt that things were changing, I mean, I kind of always had hope that it would change. I always had this reliance on God, you know, that he was doing, you know, something amazing. So, March 11th. Leah, do you want to read that?
Dear Leah, happy birthday. I found your webpage a few months ago and have enjoyed watching you and your sister interact about everything. I enjoy your energy and the fun time you have in front of the camera. Most of all, you are two strong Christian women. You tell it like it is. Keep up the good work. Tell your mom she did a good job raising you two. Okay, I didn't want to leave Michelle without a present, so I doubled up on the two of you. Enclosed are two bushcraft knives with fire starter in the handles. The other two knives are pocket knives. One has a straight blade, the other a serrated, or what I call teeth, for cutting rope easier. Camping knives.
Okay. You
Pick
guys.
whichever one you want. The knives come very sharp. The pocket knives, you need to take your time to learn how to operate them safely and with one hand. Index finger to open it and to flip it down, and the blade shoots out. Push the lock over it with your thumb to close it up. Enjoy it. All the best. Buzz!
Oh my gosh. Buzz, was there a PS? Okay, no,
Buzz.
just, all right. So this is absolutely fantastic.
He's not here. He just left.
He did just leave. This is right up his alley. I have a knife, but it's a bit cumbersome, and this is a much actually better knife. I like this a lot. Oh my gosh.
You know, on the
It's got a
Resistance
clip.
Chicks,
Leah
you
doesn't-
have a kindred spirit
when they can send
someone sends you a pocket knife.
And they're Kershaw Speed Safe. That's excellent.
Speed
That is
Safe.
fantastic.
So take the time to read
Right.
safety, opening a Kershaw Speed Safe. All right.
This is fantastic. And then this one has it's got a sheath and everything in it. Like you can just wear it. Buzz, thank you so much. And I am just like, I'm kind of in shock here. And it's got a fire starter on it and everything.
Did you figure out how
this is so perfect.
this closes safely?
It should
with
just be
one
pushing
hand?
it in.
With one hand. You're supposed to learn safely how to shut it with one hand. Did you do it? But I'm going to hurt myself.
Leah's going to take
practice.
a lesson. No. Oh, that's awesome. That's very sweet. It's how to open it quickly with one hand.
Whoa.
Yes, sir,
Oh
Bob.
my gosh.
Michelle is in love. Michelle is in love.
Stop! That's scaring me. Don't open
closing it is very
within
simple.
1 foot of a person.
No, but this is fantastic.
Speed
Okay, yeah, my knife just got replaced. Absolutely just got replaced.
Oh my gosh.
This is fantastic. I'm so excited. Buzz, thank you. You're very sweet, kind man. I'm
A
gonna close
Swedish
Leah's-
fire knife! Light my fire of Sweden! Come on!
All right, hang on.
Arrivederci.
Because we will.
Every time I think of Swedish, I think of the Swedish chef, so I'm going to go like.
I don't want to.
It's more than just a knife. More than just a fire starter. Flexible, profile grinding, stainless steel blade, sturdy half-tang blade, high friction anti-slip rubber handle, sheath with drain hole and belt clip, includes the original Swedish fire starter to be used with a specially ground back of the knife. Reliable performance at all altitudes and cold weather. Now, we were just talking about being prepared. Now, this is being prepared.
This is absolutely fantastic.
We got our friends for Christmas
Okay, so
fire starter thingies, but we did not get them.
this is
I'm not
okay.
Whoa!
You need lessons first.
I did it safely. Maddie, come here. Come here, buddy.
Come here, Kansas.
Kansas.
Leah should not be able to operate. No, don't just drop it.
Okay, Maddie.
Okay, so this has a fire starter on it, and this pulls out like that.
Special knife.
So this is absolutely
Opening
fantastic.
of the speech safe folder.
And then it's got this awesome drain hole sheath that it goes in.
Now open it. It's supposed
This
to be
is awesome.
one hand opening.
Oh my gosh,
Special.
this is so cool.
Close it again.
All right, so I'm going to tell you something also.
You do it like
We
this.
are getting ready.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yeah, that is really, really cool.
You know what?
Yeah,
I
it's
actually, Leah, I never feel unsafe when I'm going on late night pet visits and whatnot, but having something like this on hand is definitely.
Look, you can't really see him. He's in camo.
He's in camo.
With the camo hat on.
But Kansas, look at this.
Okay.
So we're getting ready to butcher 2 of our pigs here soon, and I think that for Leah and I, who will be doing a lot of the butchering, this is going to come in very handy, and it's also got this fire starter.
Yeah, it's really, really slick.
It's Light My Fire, a Swedish fire knife.
Okay, so
it's reliable performance at all altitudes and in cold
and
weather.
it clicks in
Oh, that's cool.
in the sheath. Just
It's
like
got
clicks
a
in.
drain hole, and it comes with the stuff. So you get a little tinder there, and you start it. We won't start a fire.
No, we're
on
not gonna
camera.
start a
Maybe
fire.
out on, maybe outside.
All
That'd be
right.
awesome.
So wow, everyone.
Thank you, Buzz.
Yes, thank you, Buzz. You very kind man. He actually had contacted us, or me anyway, ahead of time, before Leah's birthday. So this has been a long time coming, asking what her favorite color was. And I was suspicious because he asked what my favorite color was as well.
Yellow.
I said yellow and pink.
That's my favorite color.
So thank you very much.
And the things in the bottom.
So before we run out of time, I want to,
it's a
I mean,
twist.
we have plenty of time actually. We have all day. We can stay here all day with you guys. You guys want to stay.
I think you're right. It twists out. You're smarter than me.
So Leah, maybe you could pull up.
Only on
the-
Thursdays.
I
I'd
said
rather-
you're
I'd rather
smart.
do
I
that
don't even know
not.
if he's in the shot, but
Every other day I'm not.
And he
I'm
said-
only
yeah.
on Thursdays.
Leah, can you pull up that Great Repeal bill, that link that we had? Okay, so one of our viewers named Mark had sent us this message just today, and it says, "Good day, Resistance Chicks. I was watching your video on Nigel Farage's speech at the EU Parliament, where he described them as as like the mafia. Needless to say, it should be up there.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
I had it up.
The Great Repeal. This one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So good. Anyway, needless to say, when he went and did his daily show with LBC, many callers congratulated him on that very speech. In continuation with the Brexit theme, I thought you might like to read through this white paper, which explains about something called the Great Repeal Bill. It explains how the legislative transition will take place, resulting in the absorption of EU law and British law, by which we can then get rid of the parts we don't need. It's a bit long of a read, but may help you and other American viewers get more of an insight as to what will take place. God bless, kind regards, Mark." So I wanted Leah to bring this up so that when we put the link here, go back up to Theresa May's introduction on it. You're gonna go too far. Theresa May gives an introduction, so I'm going to give you the very brief bit from the way that I understand it, and in all honesty,
Trip.
I did not, thank you, Kansas,
You're very welcome.
I did not know exactly how the transition phase between these next 2 years was going to go. Well, apparently this kind of bill says that as soon as Brexit happened, on the day that they triggered Article 50, the laws of the land were going to be the exact same as the day before, and the UK would then engulf all of those laws from the EU, which to me makes me want to puke for you guys. However, I understand the need for a transition like this. And then different things will be brought to the two houses, and they'll be voted upon throughout this phase where they can get rid of things that they don't need and they don't like. But things like paying farmers and stuff, there was a lot of people that were questioning what's going to happen to me. If I'm getting paid not to farm by the EU, the very next day after Brexit, am I going to, not get my check or whatever? And so I think that was a major question. So I want you guys, especially in the United States, to read through this so that you can have a better understanding of what's going to happen in the next 2 years during the negotiations and how things are going to work, because we do need to be very aware of what is going on around us. And I think that Britain is going to become a pretty solid ally of the United States, especially with Trump in office, because we are fighting the global agenda. And so we need to be in collusion.
I really feel like
with our British cousins.
It's the Lord that you guys found our show, and most of the patriots here in America, I've noticed that, like with Alex Jones, a lot of Brexiters have found his show, and he pushed Nigel Farage. Louder with Crowder, Stephen Crowder pushes, and actually was on Crowder that I was introduced to Nigel Farage. And so most of us patriot and us Tea Partier type people, I don't know what to call it, liberty-minded people, feel very, there is an at the atomic level a pull between us, because our roots are the exact same roots, and the same people with Australia. Our roots are the same, and my mom, should I tell them about the roots now?
Yeah.
Okay, so my mom, Patriot Mom, wanted me to give you guys an example of what's going on, and we're going to do a little episode on the deep state, but what's going on with the deep state and what we mean by the deep state, to give you a short overview, and we're going to give you a long overview later, is the government isn't just run by our politicians, even though it's supposed to be, laws are supposed to be legislated only through our elected individuals. We have people who are in a myriad amount of federal agencies that should never have been enacted under the Constitution.
Right.
Because our founding fathers knew that when you gave up that kind of control, you will lose your liberty, because then you have people who are unelected, people we didn't choose,
who can have a job for life.
Creating laws for us for life. You've got anybody from the Department of Education to the CIA to the FBI. These people are hired, but they make rules. They make
the FDA,
laws,
the EPA, the USDA.
That affect us every single day, and nobody in Congress agreed on those laws at that level. So what's happening because Trump is elected is the reason that people are going crazy, and there is this huge resistance movement, and like we talked to you before, and we keep bringing to you all these different marches and all these different protests that are happening, is because all of a sudden the tree got cut off, right? And they are screaming. They're screaming. But the good news is that the globalists and people like the Rockefellers and the Carnegies and even Ford, John Dewey, there's a myriad of names, bankers, politicians, big businesses who created this giant oligarchy tumor, right? Well, they don't have roots. And the reason they don't have roots is because they're not based on the Word of God, and they weren't based on the essence of man. Okay, so they were a tree that grew up really fast like a Bradford pear, but it doesn't have the strength and the root system. And so when storms come, they break and they lose their branches. And they thought that they cut off the tree of liberty in the early 1900s. And Joel Salatin will tell you, and I wanted to tell you guys about this really cool, there's a Red Pill convention going on
Expo.
in June.
It's called
Okay,
Expo.
and it's for everybody.
We'll leave a link in the description.
Who is woken up to this idea that we don't want to be controlled anymore by globalists. G. Edward Griffin is going to be there, and in addition, Joel Salatin is going to be there.
It's going to be in Bozeman, Montana, by the way. I think it's in June.
And it's possible that we might go. Patriot Mom, she sent us to Joel Salatin's farm to consumer the summer before last. She's thinking that we might want to go.
We would need a farm sitter, but we will see. We're praying about it.
It's a big deal for us to leave it all right now with all of our animals we have. But I would very much like to go, very much like to learn and to be around people who know even more than I do about this deep state and about the corruption and things like that. So anyways, Joel Salatin will tell you when it comes to food and food freedom and food rights that there's been this 100-year blip that we have eaten differently than we have since the beginning of time.
Right.
And only in this 100-year blip has the government ever controlled what humanity has eaten, what humanity has bought and sold as
And
far as
how
food.
they grew it, how they raised it, how they processed it.
You were, throughout time, you would be able to kill an animal and to sell the meat. But now we're sick, and the government is legislating these things not to try to say that we're healthier, but we're not going to be healthier, trying to keep us safe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this 100-year blip that we that's not just our food rights, but our education, our of course our monetary system, everything like that. And they cut it off. They cut off liberty. They rewrote history of our founding fathers to demonize them, to cut off our religious Christian Judeo values. But the good news is,
and there is good news. If you know anything about cutting down like a locust tree.
A locust tree, you can't kill them.
No.
Right? You just cut them off, and then
20 more branches or trees grow up from that stump.
And we're growing again.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about this. We're growing again.
In mass.
And we can cut down the globalist tree, and they're not going to grow again because they don't have roots, because their roots aren't in the human rights and the natural rights, the God-given rights of people.
Right. Absolutely. I totally agree. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to bring you was another message that I got today. And this person has asked me not to divulge their identity, but for lack of a better word, we'll just call him
John Doe.
John Doe. All right, you're going to be John Doe. John Doe's better, much better. Okay, dearest Michelle, I want you to know that I adore you and your beloved sister, Leah, as well as your beloved mother and the slave you acquired from Kansas that you keep in lockdown in your basement. I haven't read this to Leah yet. I discovered you both last summer in my mission to learn how to jam jelly into jars without pectin, or as Leah suggests, to solve the pectin problem. There and then I fell in love with you all. At the time when I subscribed to your channel, I presumed that Mass Faith 3 was missing the apostrophe between M-A and S, i.e. Ma's faith, i.e. your dear mother's faith, only to later learn that you refer to Mass Faith as faith in mass, i.e. faith to the masses. Now only further to learn that the letters were an acronym for Michelle's initials to Michelle's given name or surname. For your information, now I get most of my daily news from you stunning ladies. I dare say you are much prettier and far more entertaining than Wolf Blitzer. Thank you. As much as I love your new roles as news anchors, please don't dismiss the value of your other endearing videos. As an aside, my dearest Michelle, I am quite moved by the love you possess for Leah. You can understand why I wanted to read this. Yes, it's very moved by me. Indeed, Leah and your mother are very lucky to have a sister and daughter like you. Thank you very much. I like how you can, without notice, at any given moment, measure Leah's verbal and non-verbal emotional cues before Leah begins to blow her stack with regard to an issue. That's you. All right. I hope neither of you mind, but I tend to affectionately refer to you as my scintillating stars and the weird sisters, or just simply as my favorite infidels. We'll go with weird sisters. For some reason or another, I feel as though I have met you both before. Maybe perchance 'twas in a dream or a nightmare. Leah and your mother are so accurate with regard to certain issues that Leah and you discuss on a few of your videos that I am so ashamed and disgusted to mention.
Is this micro?
If interested, Leah, please go to kenlil.org and type in my initials. And there was, I guess, a case that he covered. This case consumed 13 years of my life, and I am still devastated by the outcome. Very interesting. Maybe by divine providence, the divine majesty in some weird way wanted me to meet you. My dear beloved sister Louise resides in Texas, and I do intend to visit her someday in the near future, and my hope was to meet you both in person while on my mission to purchase some Amish furniture. Very well made stuff, by the way. Absolutely. I encourage many people to make purchases for Amish furniture. Now I'm sure my email has been red flagged, but you're both worth the risk. Not that it matters to either of you, but I do consider you all and my dear friends south of the 49th parallel. With the utmost love, sincerity, and affection, I hope to have the honor and privilege to remain a dear friend. Yours truly, John Doe. So, I found that message absolutely fun and enjoyable. Every bit as fun as all the packages. So you guys need to know. We love the packages and the amazing gifts that you guys have sent. You overwhelm us. It is far, it's ridiculous. Thank you so much. We don't deserve it. But for those of you that have sent cards and just an email or a message like that, those words are every bit as equally valuable to us.
My favorite one yesterday or this morning was, you are definitely wacky at times, but highly entertaining.
I'll take
And
it.
I will take it. I will take it.
Yes, absolutely. So, thank you very much, Mr. John Doe, for sending that enjoyable
I don't know if you
message.
noticed this, but I have a thing. I play with. I have a nervous thing.
Has to constantly.
So when we're doing things, you might notice I hold things. I mess with things. I don't know why. I just do.
That's a very nervous habit.
Wacky.
You know what? We could do an entire segment.
And I like my drawer back
on
here
the
because
Michelle
it works really
the
well.
things that Michelle has lined
with
up.
so many
for the
Islam things going on.
isms that Leah does that make her very, we won't say weird or wacky, except for I do mean weird and wacky, but we'll just call her unique.
Our hijab drawer. I really do. It's my favorite drawer.
Stop it.
Is it more like, I think it's more like around the
You know
neck.
what? You really don't need to be doing that right now.
I can't help it. I look at hijabs all day long. Pretty much when I'm studying Islam.
So you don't look like a hijab right now. You look like
That's
Doris
nice.
Day, which is
See, and that's
in a
the
nice
sad
way.
part because my grandma and all old people love scarves, but the idea that you're forced to wear them and like when you
Okay.
go outside,
You know what?
we should end this.
This is a segment of fun. We don't want to talk about Muslims in the
I'm
fun
sorry.
segment.
I've been wanting to do an episode on the cultural assimilation of Islam and how it goes in and takes over cultures.
I want to talk to our dear viewers that we love very much. Whenever we get a message from one of you that says something like this particular guy who's saying, and I've been worried about our viewers that we had prior to Resistance Chicks in
You
January.
stuck
I thought to
around.
myself, we're just going to lose them all. We had roughly 300 subscribers at the beginning of January that had stuck with us from our how-tos to some of our preaching videos and different things like that. And I was just terrified when we put this up where we were supposed to have the Resistance Chicks channel and it was going to be separate, but then when Mass Faith 3 took off, it was like, oh man, we're going to lose everyone. So the fact that you sent us a message saying that we didn't lose you, I love, because here's the thing. I was thinking about this in the car today when I was going to do a pet visit. We are a part of your life.
Right.
We enter into your home, whether you watch us on the big screen or the little screen or whatever, and especially those of you that have family members that you discuss us with, we have become a part of your life, and it's so touching for you to become a part of our life, for us to hear from you, which is why we love interacting with the comments. They're getting to be so many, it's hard for us to keep up, so bear with us on that.
Right.
But we appreciate the comments. And speaking of that, I will go ahead and sign off before Leah continues to put every scarf in this drawer on top of her head in some sort of weird manner. Please keep coming back. Listen, Resistance Chicks would not be anything if it wasn't for this beautiful family that we have. And so our battery died. I don't know how much we got of that. That's if Leah's looking different now than she did 1 second ago. It's because we had to pause and she had been continuing to put these on her head. But I just want to say once again, thank you guys so much, because Resistance Chicks would not be anything without you guys. We love hearing from you. Thank you for sending the emails. Thank you for sending the cards. Thank you for sending the gifts. It is not necessary. You guys do not need to send us gifts.
Right.
We appreciate them and we will receive them with love, because I know that you sent them in love, and we're going to. Here's the thing. The gifts that you have sent in the past, we do use them on a daily basis. Jay sent the gloves. I'm out there, the gardening gloves. I'm out there in the garden and I'm using them, and I'm thinking, you know, this is a very special community that Resistance Chicks has in the comment section. And I want to thank you guys for coming back for all of the weirdness and the craziness that Leah is. And I guess we could probably add to it.
No, they would.
Horatio's flat cap on top.
Do you know why I did this as a punchline?
Okay.
Because Theresa
My
May,
hair looks a mess.
our next story is going to be how Theresa May went to Saudi Arabia
So you should just stay dressed up like that.
and she refused to wear the hijab.
Okay, so you're ready to go. just like that.
There is a method to the madness.
But mostly it's just madness. And I love that. We're the weird sisters. We will stick with that one. Right?
Come back. We want to.
What are your favorite
Our
infidels?
hero, one of our feminist heroes, Theresa May.
All right.
Come back.
We love you guys. Thanks for sticking around for this long mail call. Keep sending us. I really enjoy the questions because we have another segment that we're going to do that Degsy had sent. He's kind of part of, I want to call them the British biker gang. I don't know what they are, but anyway, they watch our videos.
The problem is you can't see people smoke.
They watch our videos, and he said that they were discussing what does the deep state mean. So we thought we could answer that here, but we would rather just give it its own segment. So we're going to bring that to you.
Deep state.
This is Lee Michelle signing off for Resistance Chicks with so much love for you guys. You blow us
awesome.
away. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and Resistance Chicks. Ring the bell for notifications and find us on Facebook and Twitter. Please keep coming back for more. We enjoy doing this. It is well worth the time that we put into it. You're going to go rob a bank.
See, and that's why you can't wear these things, because you got to be able to see people's faces.
Right.
In case they rob a bank. Bank robbers cover their face.
Okay.
I was cold all alone, no place for home every day, so afraid, but you called my name.